Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the next episode of the Hillbilly Files. Now, in case you can't tell by my voice, Leo is in a hyped up mood. He's in a good mood, and we are on the track. Got a good one for you guys today. I have a very, very special treat for you guys today. All of you history lovers, Hatfield McCoy feud fanatics, yeah, you guys are in for a real big treat today. I am out here in Meador, West Virginia, at Meador Holler, at the world famous Goldie's hardware store. We came up here, it's been a while back, it's been about a year. We came up here and did a little bit of a video about Goldie's hardware and Goldie, of course, but we didn't get to do much inside. We got to look through the window just a little bit, and that's about it.
Back in the hills of Mingo County, in a small, remote mountain community, there stands an old country store that has watched generations come and go. Locals know it simply as Goldie's. To travelers passing through the narrow roads of southern West Virginia, it might look like just another weathered Appalachian building, but the story behind it reaches deep into the history of the Hatfield country. The store was originally built by Eliza Steele Browning and her husband, Scott Browning. Eliza's story alone ties the place directly to one of the most famous families in Appalachian history. She was the daughter of Nancy Hatfield Steele, who herself was the daughter of Valentine Hatfield. Valentine was the brother of William Anderson Devil Anse Hatfield, the patriarch of the Hatfield family during the Hatfield-McCoy feud. Valentine Hatfield's life took a hard turn during the violence of that long mountain conflict. He was imprisoned during the feud and died not long afterward while still in custody, leaving behind a large family to struggle forward without their father and husband. Like many families in the Tug Valley, they had to rebuild their lives the best they could in a region that had been scarred by years of bitterness and bloodshed. Eliza and Scott Browning built it as a place where people in the surrounding hills could trade, buy supplies, and gather. In those days, the Tug Fork Valley was dotted with small settlements, coal camps, and scattered farms, and a country store like this was more than just a business. It was a meeting place, a source of news, and often the center of a small community. Local tradition has long held that the building saw many famous faces pass through its doors. Some say Devil Anse Hatfield himself spent nights there while traveling through the valley, using the place as an overnight stop along the rugged routes that connected the Tug Fork communities. Whether every story is perfectly remembered or not, the building has always carried the feeling of deep Hatfield history. In more recent years, the building found new life when it was taken over by Mike Ray and his wife, Goldie Daniels Ray. They revived the old place and kept it alive as a working store, preserving the feel of the past while welcoming people from the surrounding communities and curious travelers alike. Under their care, the building became known widely as Goldie's Store, a name that stuck with the place for years, but time eventually caught up with them. Mike and Goldie both passed away in 2023, and after their deaths, the store fell silent. The doors closed, the windows gathered dust, and the old building sat slowly slipping into disrepair, another piece of mountain history that seemed like it might fade away. Then, just a few weeks ago, something changed. The property was purchased by new owners who have made it clear they want to preserve the building and bring life back to the location. Their goal is not to erase its past, but to protect it, to keep the old store standing and restore it as a place where people can once again stop, gather, and remember the long history that runs through those hills.
Well, I got an email about a week ago, right? About a week ago. And it turns out that the building has some new owners. And they are doing some stuff here. They're doing some renovations, cleaning it up, and putting in an Airbnb for trail riders and stuff. But guess what? Today, we have access to the inside of the building. to the old ledgers, old pictures, all kinds of really cool, interesting things in here. But before we get into that, before we get started, I would like you guys to meet the owners, the new owners, the people that were gracious enough people that were gracious enough to let us come up here and look around this old historic building and share it with you guys. Now, how cool is that? But you guys want to introduce yourselves, tell us about how you got the building and whatever else you want to throw in there.
My name's Jim McNulty. My wife Chrissy and our son Connor purchased it, and we stumbled upon Mate One and back in COVID.
Yeah.
And we had gone trail riding, and we thought, instead of renting all the time, I'll just buy a place.
Yeah, yeah.
During COVID, we were bored anyway, so that's how we discovered Mate One. Then all the neighbors showed us this, and it came up for sale, and so we bought
got lucky, huh?
Yeah.
Literally got lucky.
Well, it's really cool to own such an amazing piece of old history. Now, some of you guys may remember American Pickers came here, the TV show, and they looked around, but you know how that goes. They're looking for things that they're interested in buying and reselling. We're not really looking for any of that stuff today. We are just here to look around, check the place out, and share it all with you guys. Check this out. That is absolutely amazing. That is cool, y'all.
Isn't it great? When we walked in here, we couldn't believe it. It was just...
I bet. The history in this place is just insane. It's like a kid in a candy store. You don't even know where to start, do you?
That was my problem. I was like trying to organize, and I'm like bouncing from one place to the other, and I just couldn't, couldn't stay concentrated, because then I'd see something that was really neat over here, and I'd...
A bunch of old mason jars. Kind of move around a little bit. Got my torch. What is that? Playtex solution for short, medium, long run. I don't know. Wow, look at that. RC Cola. RC Cola concentrate. Wow, look at that. Nightsticks, butternut candy bars. Well, we gotta look at that. That one's empty. Empty, okay. Let's go see some old candy. It's like finding treasure. Old bee smoker, ain't it? Yeah. You don't see them too often. Grinder, old pressure cooker, all kinds of stuff.
We did have signed pictures of the American Pickers when they were here.
Ooh, look at that. It's an antique game controller from Devil Anse's game. From Devil Anse's Xbox.
There you go.
I've got a Magnavox camera in here too.
Letters and stuff still tacked up where people had written.
Really? That is really cool.
A bunch of them where the people would send
them
to the
stuff.
Brownings, or a lot of these are to the Brownings, the original owners, and then we have a bunch like that from Goldie too, where
really
would just send thank you notes and pictures of when they were here and that type of stuff.
That is really cool. That is crazy, ain't it? The detail on it, though. A lot of detail work in it. They don't make stuff like they used to, do they? They do not make stuff like they used to.
A lot of that was kind of her crafty area.
Okay. This was Goldie's little spot then, huh?
Your sewing machine, 50,000 on that.
Yeah, some old singers. Look at that. Old singer machines. Look at that old churn. Old butter churn. Gluten flour. Huh. I think we avoid that nowadays, don't we? An old meat grinder. Just think you would have had to have an old meat grinder back then, wouldn't you?
Oh boy.
That's how it worked. Wow. Old trunk under there too. That is gorgeous. That is pretty. Did y'all look in it?
I don't know what's in it.
Okay. I wonder whose baby dress that was.
That, oh, I know it was the other one is, but not that one. Her grandmother's baby dress.
Really?
Yeah. Am I correct on that?
I don't know if it was her grandmother's or her grandpa's. It was one of their relatives' grandparents.
Right.
So I mean, our house was built in 27. So it was their parents, their parents' dress. And you're right, it was the man's, right?
Yeah. It was
Yeah, they used to do that. Yeah, they used to do that. That is cool though, isn't it?
It really is.
That is really cool. And you can see it's tattered too. It was
really old.
It was used, wasn't it? It was used. Of course, back then you did. I remember my mom talking about Grandma making clothes from flour sacks.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
And flour and coffee, and they would make them with pretty flower prints on the bag, you know, so that you would buy their flour to use the bag for clothes.
Exactly. My grandmother talks about
Yeah.
flour sack dresses all the time.
Yeah, my mom used to talk about that all the time too.
And we have tons and tons of the bags, the old bags that there's just piles and piles of bags.
Really?
Isn't that neat? You got the record player to go with it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You got an antique record player to play the
Well,
antique
I'm
records?
going to say it's probably 60s. It
Yeah.
looks like to me.
I heard that. That
60
is cool.
decor.
You'll have to, when you get this play, they're turning this into a little museum, by the way, guys. That would be cool, having old records playing on an old, you know, that would be really cool. All right, what do we got over here before I wander off? Old shaving kit. Check that out.
Oh, yeah, I never saw that.
Irons. You'd heat them up on your stove, on your wood stove.
What is that right there? Do you know that?
This thing right here,
Yeah, that.
1888, 83. And y'all see that?
Yeah, I was looking at the bottom one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Got
that's the
another-
manufacture date. No,
Yeah.
it's patent date. Okay.
100-plus-year-old store full of local history. Check that out. Well, that 2006 newspaper. Guys, you've really got a little treasure chest here, don't you?
Stumbled onto something pretty neat.
I agree. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. The old moonshine jugs.
I'm sure it was for medicinal purpose.
Oh, yeah. Like Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Here's some, looks like bear paw tracks.
So what is it?
Bear paw tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Here's that. One's Bigfoot and one's bear.
Yeah.
One right here.
Oh, there is.
Y'all heard about Ohio supposedly had like half a dozen Bigfoot sightings this week.
Did they really?
Yeah, northern Ohio. Beech nut. Just all kinds of little things Goldie probably thought was cool, huh?
Yeah. You know when Goldie started the store, by chance? When they bought it?
Not exactly, no. I sure don't. Sure don't. No doubt. I was getting ready to say, look at that big old wardrobe there.
It's a refrigerator.
Ah,
So you.
that's a refrigerator?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is, ain't it?
Shape.
It's where they used to cut the blocks of ice.
Open it all.
Oh my God.
Put it in.
I've never seen one of these.
Yeah, open the bottom.
I have never seen something like this.
So what they did is they put the block of ice right here,
Right?
and then this was their food keep. You know?
That is wild. What's the... You have that Legionnaire Refrigerator Company. Legionnaire, Indiana, USA. That is the coolest old refrigerator I've ever seen.
It is incredible.
The woodwork on it, I've never seen anything like that. It's huge too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought that was a wardrobe when I first saw it.
That's what makes it neat, is and it's in great shape still.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. No, I don't. You know, scratches a little bit dirty, but no damage at all. Huh? I bet you had to be pretty wealthy to have something like that, didn't you? I have to look into that company. Okay, what do we got next?
There's your record player.
Yeah. Check that out. An old Zenith, ain't it? Or Philco. Olympic. I've never heard of them.
I haven't either.
Huh.
And I'm assuming this one opens, but no, it doesn't.
Speaker, big old speakers in
Maybe
there, probably.
I guess that's what it is.
Wonder how many watts. Now that is pretty wild. Does it still?
I don't think so.
I think the strings are probably.
Yeah, they're all seized up, ain't they? Oh,
That's wheat china.
really?
I had never seen that before. I just pulled it in the box.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations. You now own a wheat china set. Look here. Look at that. Devil Anse Hatfield's remote helicopter.
That's right. There's his backup one right
There's
next
a
to
couple
the
of
bag.
Oh, he does. He had two. Okay.
That's how he's fired.
That's his drone.
No? This predates Lionel, doesn't it? There's nothing in those. Look at that. Volkswagen. Old bug. Army Jeep. That's hand crochet. My mom used to do that. What is that? An oil lamp? Oh no, that's a
carburetor.
yeah, it's a carb, isn't it? That's a wow.
It's
What?
a Ford, 9 or 8 in?
We gotta take a little peek anyway.
Sure.
Don't we? What is that? Oh, this is the Brownings. This is from 1950, March 7th, 1951. Look at that. Maxwell House coffee, 24 of them, 88 cents. It's what, $15 now for? One bag of cracked corn, $4.50. 2 cartons of Camel cigarettes. 2 cartons now. How much?
$8.
Wild guess. How much you think?
4.
4 cartons of Camel cigarettes. 4 cartons of Camel cigarettes are $1.59 a pop. $3.18 for both.
Oh my God. That was way off on that one.
Lucky Strike, same price. Drink Coca-Cola in bottles. That's what that one said. Wow, there's one of those letters y'all was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The postcards people sent. 1950 on that one. That is really cool. They kept all this stuff. Oh.
See, you never know what you're going to open up in these things. It's just...
Wow, you can smell that.
Oh,
can't you?
yeah.
It smells old. That's 53 there, 1950s.
Interesting.
It is.
I'll have to go over that.
Just happened to look up and see that. That's all where the new line had been ran. Did you do the LEDs?
No. Everything, that was all here. I haven't done anything in here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've done nothing in here.
The house was the first priority was the house getting that corner fixed where the tree fell.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the way y'all found it then, huh?
It's pretty much other than what Chrissy moved over here.
I heard that. The crosscut saw up there, and the hearth or the hearth cover right in front of it that goes over a fireplace somewhere.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know what that was. Yeah, you're right.
That goes over a fireplace. That goes over a coal basket, not just any fireplace. You see the two little tabs?
Yeah.
That's for a coal basket to hang there. It's for little tiny. They're not real deep. They're only about like 10 inches deep. Or wood fireplace is real deep. Well, coal baskets only go back about 8-10 inches. The whole fireplace is only like 10 inches deep. They're really cool. They put out an incredible amount of heat.
I bet.
You run a lot of old graves. They use marbles a lot back then too to spell names and things with marbles.
I think, why don't we go, well, did you happen to see those up on top up there? All the
calendars, yeah, there's a 1952. Wow, 57. There's a bunch of old ones in there. There's a 1940, December 1940. Wow.
Thank you. That's Christmas one.
1940. What's that one? 1929 right here.
No kidding.
Yep. 1950. 50. It's a 51 up top. That's the oldest one right here is 1929. A calendar from 1929. That is cool. There we go. Big mowing scythe. Lord, them things will kill you. My uncle, when I was a little kid, I got a little bit of time on one of them.
Look at that shear down there. I'm assuming that's what that is.
This thing here?
Yep. It's still operable.
Really? It cuts, what's it cut?
Here you go. Let me see. I'm not sure what exactly.
Let me hold the light.
It kind of looks like pipe.
Yep, pipe or cable or something. Yeah. Huh. It looks like it'd be tough to work, don't it?
Everything they did back then was tough.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Yeah.
So,
wow, check that out. Knob.
oh, look at that. Yeah.
Old knob wiring. That you don't see that. Well, you do, but it's very yeah, you shouldn't.
It looks like this one was still functioning. Took to the new electric. And
Yeah,
I don't know that
yeah.
I can use that.
High grade motor oil. Huh. That's an old ring. Is it old ringer? Oh, that's the original ringer, isn't it? That's the OG.
Careful.
We saw one at, you ever heard of Red Robin up Stone, Kentucky? It's an old museum. When we found one up there, it was a wooden one. Wooden washing machine. And it had a lever on the side that you did this to make it,
cool.
to agitate and to wash your laundry. You just did this. And the whole thing was made of wood. It had a wooden plug that you pull the plug to drain the water out. The plug was wood. The whole thing was made of wood.
When I was young, my grandmother still had one of the old ones outside because I was always riding dirt bikes and stuff, and it was always muddy. So she would actually put the muddy clothes out in the old one outside and wash them out before she brought them in and put them in her washer.
I've never looked under there before.
For jars.
Oh, jars? Whole bunch of them. It's like there's small medicine jars and stuff back there too.
Yeah, we found
A few.
on one of those shelves over there. There's tons of the little bitty bottles of medicine
Uh-huh.
in there. We've just found tons and tons and tons. And you know, it's elixirs.
Yeah. An old flexible flyer.
Look at that, 2 of them. I haven't seen these in years.
I know, yeah. That one's in good shape.
Yeah.
This one's broken. That one's in
Well, this
great
was broke
shape.
too, but
Oh yeah, yeah. One of the runners.
interesting.
It is.
It's kind of an odd duck, isn't it?
Yeah, the bullfighter is a little bit out of place. That may be why they got it hanging back here.
Stay over here to your right.
Gotcha. Too.
Yeah.
You can see the tin. See the roofing tin right there. That's got some kind of oil in it, don't it?
Who's gonna try it?
Nope.
Wonder what it smells like. I'll sniff it.
I'm gonna taste it.
I'm not sure what it smells like. Just some kind of cooking oil or something.
Maybe. There's one of them old bags.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the old ones there. That's before they started doing the pretty designs to get you to buy it. That's old burlap there. Check that wheelbarrow out. You find something?
Watch case. Like I said, you never know what's in it.
Yeah, that's true. Found an old Rolex from...
Oh boy.
Is that a rattle?
It's like a soap or something. Oh, is that a baby rattle?
Yeah, baby rattle.
That is big.
Oh, well.
Fell off.
Okay. Goldie, wish you were here. You would love it here. Pansy. What's on the other side? Where was Pansy at? The Great Smoky Mountains. Sent it from the Great Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, Goldie was truly loved, I can tell
Yes,
you that.
she was. Yes, she was. '77. March '77. That's when we had the flood.
Was that the big flood down there?
Yep, sure was. Let's hit date on that one. Looks like it. Looks like it had the top raises.
Here, Mom, here's one of your scary dolls.
Yeah, let's see it. That's a homemade doll. Check that out. Homemade doll.
Oh my goodness! And that used to be alive.
It used to be alive.
Did you see it?
It's still it. Oh my God, check out the spider on that doll. Look at that. It comes free with its own giant spider. Good Lord, that thing is huge.
Oh, that is just.
We just found our 8-track player.
Oh, did we?
A record. And here it is.
That was really fancy, I'm sure, back then,
Oh, boy.
wasn't it?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Your new 8-track player.
Honey, we can listen to Elvis tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. Pop that old Elvis 8-track in there and let her ride. Yeah, I'm curious now what that was.
In front of it. She's gonna water something for.
Huh. Turbine on. I wonder what that was.
I don't know, but it's sitting right beside that.
Kind of looks like a blower, but I don't see an intake or nothing. It's a pressure washer. It's got a hose on
It
it.
looks like it.
Huh. A 1910 pressure
Pressure
washer.
washer.
We'll go with that. Oh, Dark Shadows. 15 cents. Dark Shadows. Mom used to love this show. That is really cool. Barnabas Collins, the vampire with a heart.
I've never heard of it.
It was an old vampire show from way back, 40s. Barnabas Collins was the dude's name. It was like a soap opera with vampires.
Oh.
I'm not gonna do it anyway.
Kind of curious about that old bed right there, that old bed frame. Look at that. That's from 40s.
Got you some hair.
Mom had one of those when I was little. I hated it, but she loved it because it was old.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, no kidding. Yep. That's the land camera. I bet it still works.
That's a job for our one of our 5 boys. They can climb up there.
Whoa.
Here's a news article where it says license law blocks Chinaman from Chinaman's wedding, where he was going to marry a white girl.
Yeah, that was in a movie we was watching last night. That was illegal. Even in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
That was illegal. That movie 1923, have you seen it?
Oh, December 27, but it doesn't give a
year? This is somebody's obit, yeah. In memory of Madge Marie Parker, Newtown, West Virginia, born in 1923 and died in 1986.
Is that 1900?
Looks like it.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Huh. Oh, that's where they've sold some coal. Or bought coal, one. Huh. It is, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't even see that. Wow, look at that. That's homemade. That is homemade. Have you ever seen old string beds? Rope beds?
Mm-mm.
They would take, basically, 2 tree limbs and put 4 legs on it, and then you just go around it with ropes.
Oh, okay.
And then, tie them that way too, like a net, and turn it into a bed. That's how they made old beds back in the day. They made rope beds. But you couldn't exactly go buy one,
Now this is supposedly the room Devil Anse is in.
Right, that's what I have heard too, that this was Devil Anse's room, that he supposedly was seen looking out one of these 2 windows by somebody. I don't remember who it was now, but there was someone, there was an issue that we were having with, the date of the build, and supposedly that Devil Anse was here. It's in theory, it's definitely possible, but it would be, later years. But it's definitely possible. And then when we got to researching it, we found all kinds of people. My grandma stayed there, met Devil Anse there, whatever. We found a lot of people that swore up and down that, that it was actually true.
The store, there's Devil Anse.
Yeah. Is that the store or his house?
Oh, that's the store. See the porch right out front?
It does look like it, don't
here?
it? It does look like it.
Okay.
In case anybody's curious, what you would do is you would dump your flour down in here, and then when you turn this, it would sift the flour. There's a screen, and it sifts the flour down in here and gives you clean flour. Glass wax. Magic weed killer. Magic, y'all.
Wonder if it works off poison ivy.
Lighter fluid. Peach spread. That sounds pretty interesting. Like they had better foods than we got now. Avon hormone cream. Wait, what? Well, we got to look at it. Oh.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it opens.
Oh, we're gonna try it?
It's full too.
Well, if it's an Avon,
Ugh.
if it's an Avon hormone cream, it's probably got some estrogen in it. So.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't touch that if I were you. You'll grow boobs. You
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's got estrogen in it. It's Avon cream.
So who's your worst enemy? We'll give him a D cup. Who's your worst enemy? Whoa. Looky there.
Oh yeah.
That is gorgeous. That is really pretty. Uh-oh.
Try it.
You gotta smell you all that you're smelling every
It's a
day.
gallon of something. 1951.
Oh, it smells like
Yeah.
some kind of
Ugh. It's some
Diesel fuel or some
chemical.
chemical
It's some kind of
smell.
chemical. It's 1947.
kerosene, Jim.
Yeah. Ugh. It's definitely some sort of
It's
chemical.
some kind of- yeah.
Formaldehyde or something.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Check that out. Look at that. Easy. You stand back up there. No falling over. Check that out. Look at that little tiny bottle of peanut butter.
Oh my gosh.
You barely make one sandwich with that. Look at that. That is old.
Oh wow, that is old.
That is really, really old.
There's, downstairs on one of those shelves, there's a whole box of all the old dolls and all the old stuff like that.
Huh. What in figure that is? It's heavy.
Oh, no idea.
Looks like rocks, don't it?
It does.
It's heavy.
Maybe iron ore or something.
Yeah, it feels very heavy for a little thing.
Maybe they had it crushed.
Dove Allspice. What's that one back there? Powdered alum. What'd you find?
Oh.
Trump 4-hour enamel.
Really? It is, isn't it? Trump 4-hour enamel, light blue. That is weird.
Never seen anything like that.
What is this here? Is this a kerosene heater?
It's got a little shovel though.
Yeah, it does, don't it? Yeah, looks like kerosene. Yeah, it's a little kerosene heater. Sugar crystals. I'm guessing. It's used to be a liquid, sugar water, and it's crystallized into sugar.
And there's some old Bear aspirin.
Yeah. That is crazy. I bet it feels like they're in there too. Anybody got a headache? Anybody need a Bear aspirin?
Old mustard.
Just imagine how many historic characters, how many people have looked out this very same window since this building was built. There's another saw blade too. The windows are in really good shape. You know, like that old glass from the time period. These must have been replaced. That one's original, I think, because you can tell the glass looks.
It looks wavy when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Open that. That looks like it stinks.
Yeah, it does. That does not look good.
No, that looks like a science experiment.
It's like
Gone
leftovers from something went bad, don't it? Umbrella?
Okay.
Handle's missing. It's the only thing missing.
Look at that. Oh, look how it's wood.
Is it wood?
Yeah, it's wood.
Huh. I didn't notice that. That thing probably is old, isn't it?
Oh, hold it. This might be a parasol.
That woodwork is really wild looking, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. I really like it. And you know, there's not too many coats on it. Look, you can see right here.
Yeah. I wonder what that was.
This? Something to hang something on.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a shoe, but I don't know. It's got numbered. 6, 4, 2, 1. Huh. Good question, huh?
I don't know what it is.
Evidently, you know, they always said they never talked about different things. Well, this book's really old.
The Ideal Sex Life. How to Attain and Practice. Okay. Okay.
I wonder when this book was written.
Among the actual influences of our own body which force themselves upon us during sleep, the most prominent are the congestive and secretory processes in our sexual sphere.
I'm sure everybody understood what that meant.
I don't think the dude that wrote it knew understood what that said.
Anywhere. I found so many books. We have just books after books after books, and that's one of my favorite things, is seeing what kind of new books.
Yeah, old stuff,
We've
isn't
got a
it?
bunch that are, they give all the post office rules, because there used to be a post office here.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we've got all these books that are like each year, the post office rules, and they're this thick.
Really?
Yeah, and then there's a bunch for agriculture as well, that the agriculture for, you know, the year, each year. And so we ended up, that some of them were up here, and I think we took them down. I think they're on the shelves down there now.
Okay. Down with the
This
ledgers.
stack of books, evidently. But that's where this was. I hadn't seen these yet.
The picture.
Back there? Oh, we don't know.
The practical nurse in today's family. Old skeleton key goes in that.
We've got it.
Did you find the skeleton keys?
Oh, yeah. We're going to show them to you. It's probably not that old, but...
Yale.
Okay. A lot of coordination in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feet, knees, hands, eyes.
I know, I can't imagine.
Yeah, yeah. So this is going to be one of the trail houses, though, right? When
Yeah.
you get it
Right.
done?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big place.
It's
got
nice.
plenty of
It's
room.
3 bedroom, 1 bath. And
Huh. It's a nice bathroom, too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one thing that she just had redone.
Huh. That'll work, won't it?
But, well, I'm happy, because that's, you know, one of your hardest things to redo.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It
The
is.
kitchen's gonna have to have revamp, but
Eh.
yeah, that's just part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and all the
Exactly.
gotta go.
So you'll be able to rent this literally right next door.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally. Did you guys catch that? You come up here to go trail riding. If you rent this house out, you got Goldie's right next door.
And for this house, we can actually walk to our other house. But,
Really?
Yeah. We don't, but we could.
All right, I'm gonna save a little battery till we get to the dirt ledgers and stuff. The back door. Wow.
Mom, is it unlocked in there?
Back door at Goldie's.
Yeah, yeah. It's something.
It really is. It really is. It definitely, most certainly is. Boom.
Oh, Chrissy, show them how it works.
for different things. You know, they pull the,
Uh-huh.
and then you have to pump it as you're playing it.
Pump it real quick, see.
I can't get it to do it. I think it's turned the slide things off.
Air bladder could have a hole
Yeah.
in it too.
Yep.
That is really cool. This came out of Goldie's? It came out of the building?
Yep. Well, I don't know. It was in here. They said.
This is the one they said was shipped up on the.
Right down the river.
Uh-huh.
Came up on the Tug River.
Yeah.
That is really cool, y'all.
These, you push them with your legs
Uh-huh.
to do different sounds and stuff.
So is that what those were for lamps? Really? Huh. That's really pretty, isn't it? It's a lot of detailed woodwork
A
in
lot
it.
of detail. There's when you start to take it apart to look inside it, the panels, everything is just so quality. I mean, it's so much quality compared.
Yeah, compared to what we got today,
Yeah.
pressed sawdust stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't buy things like that anymore.
The intricate cutouts
Yeah.
and stuff. Is just,
Yeah. I wonder what the little shelf was for.
extra
Music.
music, not your papers.
Oh,
for
yeah.
music. So
You just get down the one
Yeah, you
you're
just get down the
playing.
one, and that's what this back holder's for.
Oh.
To put it right there.
I get it. Vox. Dalco. I can't even make out most of those. Bugs Clamper.
I have no clue.
I'm sure it's Bugs Bunny's friend.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're related. Dulciana. Huh. That missing one, isn't it?
Yep.
That is really cool, though. That is really cool. You imagine people sitting around listening to music on that thing, and you know, there's 6 or 7 jugs of moonshine floating around,
And that's all the entertainment they have, you know.
yeah. You can do that, or you can sing. You
Yeah.
know? Play some spoons,
You can
maybe.
imagine that over there with that poplar leaf stove and the seating and stuff.
Yeah,
and having
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I bet there was a lot of good memories in that old
I
building.
wonder how many people actually know how to play one of these things, though.
I'd say not a whole lot. I would say not a whole
I can
lot.
play a little piano, but this is a whole different ball game.
Okay, now we have headed back up to the house. We're only a couple hundred yards from right there's where you turn up Meador, right there. So we come up here and we've got something to show you guys. Check this out. Now you say these all came out of Goldie's,
Everything
right?
came out of Goldie's.
Everything came out of Goldie's, and you've done put frames and fixed everything up nice
They
and.
were in pretty bad shape. A lot of them, they feel like they wanted to crumble. So I just bought frames and started putting them in it because I didn't want a chance of losing any of them.
Check this out. The first one right here on the corner. Now look at this. You can see that is at Goldie's, and look at all the people standing right in front of the porch. Now I mentioned we could probably have Heather track down some of them, but that won't be necessary because looky here. Now I'm gonna video this rather than, you know, try to read everything, read all the names, and we'll just read that. Kirk Hatfield. Wow. Just look at that. There's Eliza Browning. Back row, 15. There she is. Holding a baby. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
There she is,
Yeah.
right here in the corner, holding a baby right there.
Oh yeah.
All dressed up. Look at that.
Oh wow.
That is amazing. I just happened to notice that. Eliza. That is cool, y'all. I'd say that's probably a one of a kind. I don't think I've seen this picture before.
Interesting.
Now, there's some more. We got a couple with Devil Anse. I've seen this one before. I've seen that one before too. And of course there's, you know, where Mike and Frank came down, American Pickers came down and went through Goldie's and looked around. Right here, We have a page from one of the ledgers. We'll kind of look through those in a second. This one's Alice Hatfield, but it has when it was purchased, what it was purchased, and how much went on her credit. That's wild, ain't it? Back in the day, your word was your credit, not your credit score didn't matter. What the only thing that mattered was your word.
Exactly.
Did you pay me the last time? That's the only thing that matters. Now, who we got here? This looks like on the side of the building, isn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
It sure does. It looks just like that siding on it.
That one was already.
That is Mabel and Luther Hatfield. Francis Ann Steele, Gabe, Sue, and Danny. Okay. Now here, Burl Kaiser, Dolly Hatfield. I'll try to get my shadow out of it so you guys can kind of see the picture. Now, look at that one. That's an old one, isn't it? That's a really old one.
That's what I was talking about. They're starting to just
so deteriorating. It's a good thing y'all bought this when you did.
It wouldn't have been much longer.
No, it wouldn't have, especially with that roof leaking like that. It would have probably collapsed. You guys have saved a bunch of history. Gay Hatfield. Amazing old history. Who's that? Oh, Elizabeth Cisco Daniels. Okay, this is one of the Daniels then. They were one of the original families too. Sure were.
And then it looks like she was a Cisco before, and the Cisco's
Yeah,
right down there.
they're still here. Yeah, sure are.
He met some of them last time he was here too. Yeah.
Dan Lloyd, Mary Lou, Dillard, Doris. Look at the little outfit. He looks like a little tiny coal miner, don't he? Okay, where were we? Got these, right?
Got all these? Okay.
The front ones, yeah.
I'm going to pull these front ones, and then you can put those up.
Oh, I can't get over.
Now, guys, obviously speaking, a lot of these pictures that we're showing you right now have not been seen before. So, yeah, this is actually very interesting. There is no telling who you could find in one of these. I thought that one has an X right there. Not really sure. Bessie Grinnett, Sally.
Is that all?
We took several of them home, Jim.
I mean, is that
And we'll kind
Yeah, these are just...
of get some of the names, some of the text as well. Anybody wants to can pause it and, you know, check it out. Tommy, Goldie, and Jesse Daniels. Check that out. It's little Goldie. It's little bitty Goldie. She looks like she's about 7 or 8. Check out the shack, the house. Look at the house behind them. Looks like something out of a movie, don't it? Now that one is cool. That's a cool picture right there. Well, they all are, but you get what I mean. You guys have really saved some history. You know that, right?
Yep, it's pretty interesting.
It's exciting. Like I said, we didn't know where to start when you got it there.
Yeah, I'm sure. I am sure.
Scattered everywhere. Under stuff and in the fabric, and I mean, they were literally scattered all throughout the store. Some of them were in books, some of them were. So it was a chore finding them all. But that was my main goal in the beginning, was to find all the pictures and get those taken care of.
Get those salvaged
Yeah.
before anything happened to them. That one is looks like some sort of old coal temple. You can see where the train goes underneath it to fill the cars. A few coal miners. People worked hard. Most people don't realize how hard a coal miner worked back in the day. Old Magnolia High School. This was in Matewan, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Okay. Look at that log cabin. You can see the chinking in between the logs that someone has built this. That house has sat there for many, many decades for that chinking to deteriorate like that. That house was really old when this picture was taken. And we got that one.
And then we put all these are new.
Okay, okay.
Took up all the other ones.
That'll work.
Is that all of them?
That's all the ones we have here. We've got another 2 boxes of those.
Now there's the ledgers. We'll get to those in a second. That looks like Goldie's too. Looks like that same siding.
Mm-hmm.
Check him out. He looks like a total gangster, don't he?
Oh yeah.
He looks like a 20s gangster
That's
or
the
something.
20s or 30s, isn't it?
I'd like to identify that. I love to like take old pictures like that where you can see the background and just kind of figure out where it was at.
Oh, that'd be neat if you can.
Sissy by herself. Was there a back? Didn't you say there was a? Was there maybe a back section to Goldie's right behind it? Don't that look like maybe the Goldie stops here and then something?
I don't know, because look how that wood's going this way.
Right, right.
Unless that fell off of it, which it very well could have.
I believe it's cut that way because you can see it up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Sissy Browning, Connie. Very cool. Now, this looks like an old European style photo, doesn't it? You
None of
know?
them look happy, do they?
No, they don't, do they? I didn't even the baby looks angry.
Looks like there's some writing up there.
Yeah. Let's see. Ella Grimmett, Stella, Bill Richmond, and baby Charlie Richmond. They don't look very happy, do they? I guess, I think I read something, it was considered tacky to smile in a photo.
I guess.
You're supposed to look serious, look like somebody just stole your lunch. See, that is not, yeah, that's the same as that one, isn't it? Okay.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That one is blown up off of that one. Uh-huh. That's at the store too. All of these are. So I guess that one is too. So there it is again. Same picture.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different picture, but it's the same day, same people.
Different
It's like,
angle, maybe?
yeah, somebody moved over a few feet
Yeah.
and took a picture again.
Except for
Same people?
Well, she's gone. There's a man in this one. To the
Let's
left.
see. Yeah, because that's her.
Right.
And here's the little boy. That's him. And this guy and
She's
Sissy
not
by
in.
herself have switched out, right?
Yeah, so she must be taking the picture now.
Could be, yeah. I bet he took that picture and
Yep.
she took that picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what that was, wasn't
Mm-hmm.
it? That is interesting. That is really cool.
Same thing it looks like.
Yeah, yeah. So he would have taken this picture
Right.
at the same time. That is really
Oh,
cool.
look how cute.
Yeah, a little bow. She looks mad too.
She does. She's got that little pouty face.
She looks mad too.
Don't make me sit still.
Yeah. I don't want to take a picture. I want to go play in the mud.
Exactly.
Look at that one. The shack by the railroad tracks. Now this right here, hold that 1 second, would you?
Okay.
See that right there? That was much more common of southern West Virginia homes than most people think. You know, they think that, you know, these were homes built like a lot of other homes. They were not.
They're just shacks.
They were shacks.
Yeah.
And that is definitely a shack. You can even see somebody's face
Oh,
looking
yeah.
out from the door. Somebody didn't want to be in the picture. But could you imagine, you know, you live in this and the railroad goes right in front of your house.
No, I can't.
Now you go back up here every day and you crawl around in this coal mine to work, and this is your entire life.
Oh my gosh.
That don't sound real good, does
No.
it? Nothing on that, on the back of that one? That is wild. You just see stuff like this and, you know, you kind of, you know, the old shacks and stuff,
Oh,
what
yeah.
they really look like, and, you know, you just don't see that stuff anymore. Who is that?
I don't know. That was part of why I put it out there. 'Cause
Can you
I had
see
no
maybe
clue.
down there?
It didn't really say. Oh,
Hmm.
I see what you're talking about. That's whoever took the picture, Jim, I think. But I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
It's a band, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But
Huh.
didn't have anything on the back of it or anything, so.
yeah. Well, we've preserved it anyway, ain't we? We've preserved it nonetheless.
I figured it was signed. We probably should put it in a frame.
Oh, check this out, something that Jim showed me earlier. Y'all know what that is? That's Goldie's keys. I have Goldie's keys in my hand, y'all.
And that's one of my favorite finds, are keys. The old skeleton keys, the old keys
Yes.
for everything. I just think they're
Yep.
so neat.
Yeah.
I bet they still open a lot
Yeah,
of
that's what
doors.
we were talking about earlier
They
about.
that door in between has the
Yeah,
skeleton
yeah,
key. We tried
exactly.
It, it works.
Oh, they do
Yeah.
work? Cool. Now, do any of y'all have Prince Albert in a can? You better let him out because he's going to die. Who remembers the old prank calls when you were a kid? It's full of marbles, by the way. Really, really, really old marbles. Y'all seen the episode of Little House on the Prairie where Laura Ingalls was playing with marbles? These are the marbles. Okay, maybe not Laura's, but same time period. That big one would be an Aggie, by the way, just in case anybody's curious.
What was that big one to be? What?
The big one would be an Aggie. That's the one, you could take the big ones, you take your shot, and you could take out 2 or 3 with an Aggie. Okay, now we suspect that could be Eliza, but we're not sure. It's definitely at the store. You can see the same window, same building, same connection to the ground, the foundation, all that stuff. But look at this. Okay, now that's the picture of Goldie's right there. But Sid Hatfield's store bill, y'all. How cool is that? How cool is that? What did he get? I'm kind of curious. What were we buying? I can't hardly read the writing. A splice.
That we haven't even got to.
That just says Pam. I don't know what that is. Surely they didn't have Pam cooking spray back in.
No.
Candy, gum, 5 cents. Check that out. Okay, those are the ledgers over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, ledger's up next. Okay, we're just kind of going through some of the ledgers. Now, some of them appear to be a master ledger. Paid out, brought in, that sort of thing. Paid out, brought in. Some of the other ledgers are page by page say a specific person, you know, Jim Kinzer, and then everything that Jim bought and what his bill would be. See, these are the same things paid out, brought in. So this would be basically a store record here. They're a different color too than the other ones, ain't they?
AK Hatfield. That's 23. I don't know who that is.
That's
1923. AK Hatfield.
Jim Grimmett.
Here's 19.
Is it AK or is it AH?
I can't tell. The fancy writing kills us all.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, look how fancy that
W.M. Richmond. Look at that. Soap, peanut bee, soda, salt.
Smith Hatfield.
That is cool. K.G. Browning. Harrison Varney. Harrison Varney still owed $27.88, by the way. So, Harrison,
We're coming for you.
yeah, get that check in the mail, buddy. Lark Varney. That sounds familiar. Flour. Lark didn't waste stuff, was he? He was very frugal when he went to the store. Perry Spencer. Something Varney. Pliant Varney. Run that by me. Oh,
I've seen that
Varney.
on the back of one of the photos before too.
If it's a Pliant Mahan, now I'd be a little bit. That was one of the feudists. Him and his brother Doc.
It's kind of happened.
Yeah, that one's a 1909 there. Close this one up. Make sure nothing happens.
Well, it'd be awesome if we could find the older managers.
Yeah, this one's an 09. Scott Browning. You go right straight to the H's, just out of curiosity. Nothing.
It didn't work that way.
Oh, look at that. Ellison Hatfield, 1908. Did y'all see that?
No, where was it?
Right here, Ellison.
Oh, yeah, you saw that, yeah. Now, he was Devil Anse's brother, right?
Yeah, it's once down there at the
He's the one that
graveyard.
owned this
Okay.
property right here that we're on.
Look at the little place marks Goldie put in there. That is wild. Goldie tore that off something, y'all.
I don't think that was Goldie. That was,
Well, yeah, that's right. That
1908,
would have been
that's
Eliza.
Browning's.
Yeah, this would have been
Yeah, that's
Eliza.
Browning.
Eliza tore that piece of paper and put that in there. And now I'm holding it.
These are legends.
Oh, that's neat.
Patty Hatfield. Look at that. Look at this. You see that? Is that not wild?
Is that Anderson?
That's from an inkwell.
Equal.
Where they
Oh,
read
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
That
No
would,
wonder their writing is so good.
yeah, they would have been. That would probably been a feather.
That's so neat.
That's an
I didn't even
inkwell.
think about that. Yeah, you're right. Back then, that's what they would have been using.
Somebody spilled it. That's what that is right there. That's somebody spilled ink from the inkwell. Biddy Hatfield. B-I-T-T-Y. You know, I was just thinking, I've been to a lot of these people's graves.
I bet you have.
I recognize, well, obviously I recognize some of them, but it just dawned on me, I've probably been to a lot of these people's graves.
I bet you have.
You know, documenting the old graveyards around here.
There's some in here.
They're really fragile. The pages are very fragile. Here's another Ellison Hatfield too. Oil, peaches, bleach, Hamburg. They had hamburger. Oil and soap, peaches, matches, thread, bacon. How much was bacon? 67 cents.
This is really
Gosh, I wish.
Yeah, for real. And who is that? It's a Hatfield. Can't make out the name. It's a A.L. Hatfield. A.L. Hatfield.
drawing on the steel.
That's what it looks like, ain't it? It looks like it. You can see, yeah.
Yeah.
Going to, you got the condensing tube going to
Yeah.
the, somebody's.
This is off a memo, no memo book.
Really?
Yeah.
So somebody has shown someone else how to make a still.
Yep.
Check that out. Open it back up there. That is cool. Look at that. They're showing somebody how to make a still. That is cool.
That's pretty funny.
It is. It is. Kind of looking for a one that says Devil Anse Hatfield, but it, you know, that wasn't his name, so he probably not going to say
That was
that.
from 28, 1928.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. How to make a still in 1928. Wow. Nets and hair goods to match your own hair. Anybody need a hair net? Matches your own hair. Belts. The latest styles. These are the latest styles of belts, y'all. Just so you know. It says so. Latest styles.
Pricing is just crazy.
Yeah, I know. 39 cents for a belt. Let's see. That's the most expensive one there. Cheapest one is 19 cents.
1933. 16, 17, his report card.
A school report card from 1917. Wow.
And this is a Browning, so it's probably
Yeah.
one of...
Claude Browning. 4th grade, Mingo Magnolia. That would have been at school.
Mm-hmm.
August 14th, 1916.
That teacher.
Agatha Brotherton.
Okay, I don't...
Huh. Valentine Hatfield. Look at that. April 4th, 1903. Valentine Hatfield. It's been scratched out. He must have paid his bill off.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Valentine?
Well, there was a couple Valentines, but, you know, we'll find out. We'll see what the deal is. One in particular. Let's see. The Hatfield page. See, look at that. Valentine Hatfield Jr. Advance, okay. It looks like Uncle, don't it?
Who's that?
Almonda Hatfield. There's a lot of them, a lot of Hatfields.
Here you go.
There it is. Now, some of you may recognize this. This is from Cotton Top's hanging, where Cotton Top was hung over in Pikeville. But looky here. That's John C. Hatfield's bill, y'all. John C. Hatfield's bill. Look at that. I am glad we dug around a little bit. That is amazing, guys. So either way, though, I do want to say thank y'all. I really do. I very much want to appreciate, say thank you and tell you how much.
Well, we really appreciated you coming. It was great to meet you, too.
This was fun. It was fun.
You've shined a light on a lot of stuff for us, too.
Well,
You've given us a lot of information that we didn't know.
Yeah, a big F.
Yeah.
He was a character, wasn't he? Well, I guess they all were, really.
Yeah.
They all were. I guess you had to be,
They all
really.
were in
You
their
know,
own way.
in that world, you had to be. You had to be tough to live here.
But as we find new things, we'll send them over to you and show you.
Yeah. What? One last thing. What was it you said your grandpa used to do again?
He was a Catholic. They did a lot of bourbon.
Hey, what was it? The company you founded? The bourbon?
Five brothers.
Five brothers.
Yeah,
Five
Medley's Distillery.
There you go.
Out
See
of
that
Owensboro,
he'd
Kentucky.
fit right in here with the moonshiners.
Oh
wouldn't
yeah. I suspect that's how he paid his college.
Well, guys, I very much appreciate, you guys letting me come out here and video all this stuff and, sharing all this stuff for posterity. It's irreplaceable stuff. It really is. It's irreplaceable, one of a kind of things. And we very much appreciate y'all letting us come out and look at it.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, I guess I'm going to get on out of here before my battery dies. So I guess we will see you guys the next time. Leo out.
Abraham was scared to die.